Speaking of resistance, so I'm going through my day, part of this project, having a lot of fun, and then there's a period of time where I interact with someone else and they are asking for something that I don't think is possible, and so I say no. And by doing that, I feel frustrated. I feel a negative sense of energy.
Well, that's just because you're not in touch with the reason why you said no. Maybe you said no for a negative reason, but maybe you said no for a positive reason. Did you give yourself an opportunity to have a discussion with the person to fully explain your response?
I think I did, in the sense that I try to be as clear when I describe things as I can as to my intent and my reason for things.
All right. Well, can you give us an example of something that you said was not possible?
So, as I mentioned, the project will take about 2 years. And so there are many things that need to be done in that time. And one of the things that was asked for with the people we have and the time we have, I believe is unlikely to happen or be done in that
Ah,
amount of
ah,
time.
ah. You have already shifted because first you said impossible and now you said unlikely, which is a very different state of being. Does that mean there might be a probability if you did things in a different way that it could be accomplished?
Yes.
Then why did you say impossible?
I think this comes back to the idea of resistance. If it's resistance within myself or
All
resistance,
right.
maybe as the idea of boundaries, of saying to
All right.
someone no.
So you have now hit the core issue, which is when those things happen and you feel yourself going into that state of resistance, that in that moment, exploring the idea of why the resistance is there and what it will teach you is the entire purpose of why you're in the project. That's the core reason. Whatever the project is about is secondary to the process it puts you in touch with that allows you to explore and discover more of yourself. So in those moments where it seems that there's a little bit of a limbo, a deadlock, or something not clear, right there, exploring why that's happening and how you can learn from it and how you can move forward, maybe even in a different way than you imagined previously. Whatever that is, whatever that solution is, whatever that path is, whatever that answer is, but right there in facing that moment is the entire reason why you attracted yourself to the project, because that's the fundamental reason why the project exists and why you joined it, is to discover more of yourself and to be of service to others to help them discover more of themselves in the interaction you have when those things arise. At that moment, it's not about the so-called goal of the project. It's about that connection, that awareness, that investigation, that exploration, discovery together about why there is a moment of suspension. And in that will you mine all of the diamonds that you need to find within yourself.
Okay, so that, if I'm understanding you correctly, is the circumstance. It's the props, it's the conversations, it's the people. And I'm realizing in that moment that my state of being is
Yes.
not of a positive one. At that
And that's
moment,
the point of why you joined the project, is to discover those things and let go of the belief systems within you that cause the confusion. And when you do that, you may find, maybe, that what's being proposed might be easily done if necessary. You might still say, well, no, that's really not appropriate at this moment. That's fine. But at least it will be an answer and a realization based on the discovery of a belief system within you that you've let go of that will clarify you as to what the real solution is that will help you move forward together with the others, if you're willing to explore that together.
Politically, there's such a great divide in our country right now. Is this great divide actually necessary for our awakening as a civilization?
You have deemed that it is. In other words, anything that you are looking at that may be perceived from one perspective as negative is a positive opportunity to understand all the things that are necessary for you to change in your society and within yourselves in order to actually experience the reality that you prefer. So this is how negativity can actually serve a positive purpose, by bringing to your attention the things that need to be addressed in your society in a more positive way.
We've noticed that more people in our civilization are choosing not to have children. Can you comment on how that factors in with what's happening right now as we evolve?
Well, again, the idea is that you are recognizing that you don't necessarily have the systems in place to be able to handle more of a population. It's not that your world is, in a sense, truly overpopulated. It's simply that the systems you have designed are insufficient to handle the growing population. And therefore, intuitively and instinctively, many individuals are slowing down their reproductive processes and waiting for certain changes in your systems to happen, when it becomes more evident in those new systems that it can handle the population that you have, with new ideas of political borders, new ideas of delivery systems, new ideas of tapping into free energy, and all the things that would allow your planet to thrive in a way that is more commensurate with a larger population.